Hello there, RJB here, and today we've got a match between Rabbit against 458. And I thought I'd find myself some very fitting background music, because this song is called Bunny Hop, from a YouTube video with popular children background music for YouTube videos. Copyright free, feel free to use it. That is why I am using it myself. Let's just get the song a little bit... let's keep the song up for a little while. Now, I've got one little thing I'm worrying about. My laptop is making an insane amount of noise in the background. So I'm not sure if that's going to be caught on the mic or not. Something that I hope doesn't get caught up by the mic. For some reason, it's just making a lot of fan noise. It's just going very, very hot. Very, very hot. Might have to clean it out sometime to cool it down, and maybe there's just a lot of dust stuck in there. I don't know. Anyway, we've got 458 here on the bottom left of the map. On the Protoss, of course. On the teal color, his favorite race, his best race, and he's arguably one of the, I'd say, top 5 or top 10 Protoss players, without a doubt, on fastest map 1v1. And here we've got a Rabbit, who is one of the... he's kind of an enigma. He's kind of an enigma for fastest map. He is really skilled in the terms that he's really smart. He has a great optimization. He is really good. But his micro skill and his macro skill is somehow not on the same level. But even without that macro level, even without that micro level, he manages to perform time and time. And he knows exactly what his limits are, how much he can do, and what he cannot do. And he's just such a great amount of knowledge. He will always find an answer to the situation. Let's hope that in this game, 458 is not going to throw him some unsolvable math equations that he doesn't know the answer to, because I really want to see him succeed, specifically in Terran versus Protoss. But against a player like 458, you never quite know if the Terran can live up to the challenge. 458 is either impossible to beat, or he is really, really beatable, and he just falls short miserably. He, in a sense, is also an enigma. A different kind of enigma. He's a very fast player, has great macro, great micro, has a great multitasking as well. But sometimes things just don't work out as he wants them to. Whereas with Rabbit, things almost always seem to work out exactly as he intends them to. So this is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. We've seen 458 against Rabbit quite some times already, and I do think that these two players are probably the most accustomed to each other out of everyone that currently plays fastest map 1v1. These two players have like 600 matches played against each other. Maybe, yeah, I think about 600 is about the right amount. They play each other a lot. And that is because 458 lives in America, and Rabbit streams during midnight in Korea. And 458 plays in the morning, well, not in the morning, in the late afternoon and the evening in America. So the schedule kind of overlaps, whereas most other players, they sleep at night. Rabbit, however, doesn't necessarily sleep at night, or not that early. So these two players have a lot of chances to play against each other because their schedules overlap because of the time zones, and Rabbit's sleeping schedule, which isn't something to strive for, but it does give us some great matches. He comes in here with some Marines trying to get in there, but nope, not gonna happen, of course, because there's a cannon there in the front, but he is just keeping there in the front. Oh, he tries to go in because he sees there's one cannon, but cannon number 2 just finishes right on time. He's a little bit too late, not gonna break in. We've got the probe here from 458 ready to break into the base. We've got 2 command centers there on the way, and a second gas as well, and there's an academy. So very, very standard stuff here. We still got the annoying children music in the background. I'm just going to turn it off because the song already switched over to another song, and I didn't want to listen to that song. So let's get the game music back in there and try to decipher what 458 is doing. We're looking at 4 gateways there, number 4 just finishing, and he's got Dragoon Laser on the way and his Cyber Core, and that is a late Citadel of Dragoon. We don't see a robotic facility whatsoever, so he's switching things up into one of his theory crafting build orders where he tries to figure out something new to do, something new to beat his opponents with. Most of the times it works, sometimes build orders are kind of too weird, too advanced, too different to really work. Just too niche, basically. This one, though, might just work against the Rabbit, because Rabbit is sending all of his Marines there into this choke point, and he's got medics on the way, and he's got stim on the way, which indicates that he's going to try to break through, because he only sees 2 cannons. Dragoon there checking just to make sure how many units there are. Rabbit might have spotted, Rabbit might not have spotted, he might have. Not too sure. He goes in, gonna try to kill some Marines there. Marines are running away, but the Marines gonna turn back around because he might just win the exchange here with the Dragoons. Though, both players not sure what to do here. 458's trying to micro backwards, Rabbit is also trying to micro backwards, but the micro is not really working because both players are microing in different directions. He just goes for the exchange, he goes for the fight, but loses a lot of Marines there because he's trying to buy time for bunkers in the choke. Medics are on the way. They're going to try to keep these Marines alive, but all the Marines have just gone down. They're all dead and gone. Medics going to try to buy some time because he's just sacrificing them to heal each other up and die by time for the bunkers. And the bunkers have been bought time for. Now he has pretty much no Marines inside the bunkers themselves. He does have a tank there on the way in the back. Siege mode is on the way. Tank is on the way as well. 4 bunkers there in total. Throws in a scan to see what's going on in 458 space. He sees more gateways being added on, and Zealot speed and level 1 attack there as well. Dragoons right on the sea, but Dragoons see there's a lot of bunkers, so he turns around and decides not to engage just yet. Marine range there very soon going to be finishing up as well. Tank there in the back also rolling in. It's a lot of SVs there to repair and build bunkers, but it all worked out just in time. He managed to do the exact right thing. The micro here in the choke wasn't the cleanest, but he managed to buy just enough time. He knew exactly what he had to do, how much time he needed, and he almost had his tank there just in time as well. Dragoons are balling up there in the middle, and he's going to try to break through with a mass attack break. There's now 43 probes on the minerals, only single cannon, 2 gas. He's not being very consistent with his production, but as long as he can deal damage with this attack here, as long as he deals damage, he might just break through. Well, he could have dealt damage with the Dragoons because the Dragoons had range. The Marines in the bunkers didn't have range upgrade yet, and there were only 3 Marines in the bunker, so he might have broken through. But of course he doesn't know. He doesn't know how many Marines are in the bunkers. He just sees the bunkers and assumes most of them are filled up with Marines, so he turns around. So he actually missed a chance to maybe deal some damage and maybe win the game early on. But he doesn't know what we know, so it's unfair to kind of judge his judgment there based on what we saw. 458 also playing at a very weirdly low APM, something that I don't really ever have seen from him. Usually he's on 300 plus to 350, now he's on 230. This is very uncharacteristic, and it's starting to make me doubt whether this is the real 458 or whether this is someone else, because this is also a build order that is definitely not one of 458's. However, he does place a lot of cannons like this, just like this, quite often. So I do suspect it's him. He's just trying something else. APM already going back up to 300, very, very slowly creeping up there with 10 APM per 5 or 10 seconds. Already back on 300. It does look like it's him. Got a lot of starports on the way, but no drops on the way. So this is kind of interesting. He does see the 2 robots are in the back with the scan, but he's going for a mass frontal attack. Now I do think Rabbit will be able to hold this quite easily. He's got himself a wall, about 6 bunkers, about 5 tanks, 6 there, and another 3 soon on the way. Got level 1 weapon attack upgrade for the tanks on the way as well. Soon raids or Valkyries will be coming in to help against those shuttle drops, which will be coming in very, very late, past the 10-minute mark. Because he's only just now finishing his robos. He goes for the frontal attack there on the front wall, straight into all those bunkers, but the bunkers with fire bats in them are taking down those cells without any issue whatsoever. And the +1 range that the bunker gives allows the fire bats to shoot over the depots onto the fire bats, onto the zealots, and that's just a lethal combination against fire bats, against zealots specifically, because the zealots without that 1 range will be able to attack the bunkers without taking fire bat damage. So we only lose the depots there in the front, and the mass returns back into the middle to get bigger and to start building those drops that he has to start sending in. Because if you leave Rabbit completely untouched, your chances of winning the game are very, very small. He is an extremely good defensive player. He knows exactly how to defend really, really well. He is really, really good with his optimization. Everything just falls into place like a puzzle. When he plays, when he times it, where he places it, everything he does is like an immaculate puzzle. Very well thought out. Some more raids there on the way to snipe shuttles. We got some shuttles there on the way back here at home. they've already finished and they're flying towards the middle to get picked up by some Zealots, but there's no Templars there in the mix just yet. No Reavers either, so a drop is not really going to do much. We do have level 1 shield there on the way in the back, more gables being added on as well. Corsairs flying to the middle, of course, to assist the shuttles to get in. And he really has to start hitting something. He can either fly over the side here, because this side is completely unprotected if you're on the right side. The left side has some minor protection, so that's not a great choice to go in over there. But I do suspect that 458 is going to try to first fly in over the edges right here outside of the vision of the turrets to look for an opening to fly in from. And yeah, at the start of the game, as said, that 458 sometimes just completely fails because his build order just doesn't work. And I think this is starting to look like one of those build orders where things just don't work. He is very good at his other build orders where he goes for faster drops and a shuttle and a reaver, all that kind of stuff. But this build order, I'm not convinced yet. It just looks very shaky. It doesn't look very strong. It looks strong against people who don't specifically go for a very big and strong choke. But on this level of play, every single Terran will get a choke that's either just as big as this or almost as big as this. The bottom line is, Terrans of this level of fastest 1v1, the Terran will be able to defend against mass attacks. So first drop there comes in from the side, the right side there, the bottom side, nothing there in between. Oh, the raids are coming in just in time. Snipe 1 shuttle, snipes 2, snipe number 3 or 4. Storms are coming down there on the SCVs. There's 4 Templars in total. Templar is on the chase. Will it go down? It's Storms on the SCVs there, but SCVs running away to safety. Don't get a single killer on the SCVs. Maybe he got some of them with the Zealots, but not with the Storms. The Storms were all missers. Nothing got results. So now Rabbit very close to maxing out. He's got a lot of upgrades there on the way. Level 1 attack has finished. Level 1 armor is on the way. We got ship attack also on the way. Oh, he tries flying on behind enemy walls. Unload some on top of the tanks. Take care of the tanks and those goons. If the tanks do go down, can very easily break through all the bunkers. Although bunkers are actually stronger than I expected. So he does clear out all the units behind the bunker line. Clears out the depots in front of the bunker line, but doesn't kill the bunkers except one. So most of the bunkers there are staying alive. Want to get them repaired. More tanks rolling to the front to fortify that frontal bit. Because there's another attack there on the way. So 458 somehow, despite the very bad start, manages to make some minor things happen. He manages to force Rabbit to defend in the back and forces him to defend in the front to great effect. He killed a lot of units. Didn't kill any SCVs though. Didn't kill any of the raids, which at the moment are very crucial in his defense against shuttle drops. Those raids, as long as he can keep track with the scans, will be absolutely beastly in taking down the shuttles. He saw the shuttles, the raids are already on the hunt, finds them, takes one down, takes the Corsair down as well, takes 2 shuttles, 3 shuttles, shuttles are starting to unload. No Templars in there because the shuttle with the Templars got taken down, and that is another drop shut down there by 458. Rabbit really having a great turn game. Although I do have to admit he did get a lot of room to breathe. Shuttles there flying in over the bottom side. They're going to go straight for the minerals there in the back. Templar starts from low. Templar huge. Templar doesn't have storm energy. Picks it up. Oh, the Templar didn't have storm. Oh, it has storm just at the right time. Or maybe he picked it up because the SCPs ran away to safety and storming on an empty mineral patch might have been a waste. So we tried to get something done at least by picking up the Templar. But here in the front we see another front attack happening. The Fire Master of the bunkers helping against the Zealots. The tanks in the back there really helping with defending as well. Doesn't manage to break through in the end. Only broke through, but not significantly enough to really make it count. The game is starting to look progressively worse for 458 as he's walking into one of his most common weaknesses, and that is having a pretty small base. He has 5 gateways, 6 gateways for 11, 15, another 6 right there for a total of 22. That's actually a pretty good amount of gateways, but he isn't really transitioning into any advanced tech. He's mostly staying with shuttle drops and Corsairs with Templars in them and frontal mass gateway attacks. Now, if the frequency of the shuttles drops is high, and if the shuttle drops manage to get results, this is a very good rinse and repeat method, where if you are just a beast at sending in those shuttle drops non-stop, you can really absolutely wreck a Terran. Oh, 2 Templars there on the scene. Templar storms, but a Templar misses. Oh, the second storm there does get some results, but not that many. Dragoons and Zealots are on the side to get some kills on some turrets, but nothing significant. The 2 Templars there still on the top side, still alive. Got a single turret there as well. Mostly just slowing Rabbit down, avoiding the inevitable. Tries to break into the front once again. goons and zealots are attacking there in the front and try to kill some stuff. We're gonna try to keep this multi-faceted, multi-side. He's attacking from multiple sides. I'm not sure how I wanted to phrase that. The phrasing just completely went wrong. But he's attacking from multiple sides. He's really trying to put and keep up the pressure by attacking from the left, from the right, from the bottom side, and while the top side is not possible, but he keeps attacking from every single direction, hoping to get something done, hoping to slow Rabbit down so much that Rabbit eventually falls behind. But Rabbit now on 180 supply. He's looking strong. He's got Valkyries as well, and Valkyries are the best countermeasure to mass shuttle drops, unless of course the shuttles come from multiple directions at the same time, in which case the Valkyries kind of have to make a choice. Do I go for drop number 1 or drop number 2? With mass units still entering the middle here, Rabbit somehow still losing some units, went from 182 to 174, doesn't have a wall in the front there anymore, but does have a lot of tanks ready to defend. We got no carriers on the way from 458. He believes that he can do it. He believes he can do it. Oh, drop comes in there on the top side there. Templar's trying to load on the gun. Templar there on the scene. Templar's too far away to storm on the SCVs there, but he almost got in range. Kind of a slow response there from Rabbit, but he does keep his SCVs alive with the help of the tanks. And the Valkyries taking down the shuttles just in time, but front attack happening here as well. Start to load units on top of the tanks, and the tanks are going to get taken down. The storms are coming in as well. The storms might just make the difference once. Ooh, mass storm there on the tanks. Looks like he is gonna break through, or at least kill a lot of supply. He killed a lot of supply there. Tanks are producing as fast as they can. Tanks are rolling forward to fortify and secure the front portion here. More units are on the middle, more units coming from the base as well. Now, as I said before, one of the weaknesses from 458 is that he isn't great at attacking and building at the same time. He's great at attacking and producing at the same time. His attacks are always very well executed, very difficult to deal with, but as I said before, if it all fails, he doesn't have an alternative to fall back on. He has no carriers on the way, no proxy base on the way. He's focused on throwing out attacks as fast as he can, faster than the Rabbit can recover from each and every one of them. The Rabbit is playing kind of fast today. He's playing kind of good. He's playing really good, although this attack here coming into the front might just be the bane of his existence, although more tanks are spawning just in time. Tanks upon the hills now as well, and those tanks upon the hill are gonna make sieging excruciatingly difficult. Art's taking down those tanks upon the hill with some storms. Most of the tanks still alive. Another drop here on the left side of the base. Gonna try to fly in, but the Valkyries knew it was coming, and he flies straight into the Valkyrie fire. Doesn't manage to load a single Templar, so no storm there on the SCVs. Rabbit stays alive for a little while longer, completely sound and safe. But very slowly, we are seeing some progress being made there in the front. Because Rabbit is so focused on having to fight in the front and in the back, that he can't keep up. This is a constant stream of attacks from 458 here. None of the shuttle drops are hitting anything at all, but the frequency and the fact that Rabbit has to keep pulling his workers off the minerals time and time again is really doing the trick. And the storms on the tanks here, once again, really help him with breaking through and breaking the fortress and the defenses on those hills. Because the defenses on those hills are the hardest thing to break through if you don't kill it. Yeah, once again, picks up a couple of shuttles. He picks them up on the middle there. Everything is rallied into the middle here, so he just has to produce back at home, and everything is sent there and grouped up in the middles. Shuttles coming in, shuttles getting intercepted once again, but a lot of Zealots manage to unload. He's gonna go for the depots instead of going for the SCVs there in the back. There's nothing that can stop these Zealots from hitting the depots for now, though he's also going for a frontal attack very soon as well, because the tanks are mostly moving to the back to kill the Zealots, but moving to the back might just be a big mistake, because now the Zealots and gate units coming in from the front have free reign in the front of the base here, though the tanks are already retreating back to the front. Level 2-3 upgrades there on the tanks. He's very, very close to hitting 3-3, but he hasn't been able to move out just yet because the pressure has been non-stop. Level 2 armor, level 2 shields, level 3 weapon there for 458. Doesn't manage to really get anything done, because once again, tanks there up on the hill are helping him stay alive. Another up there coming in from the left side. He's continuously using the left side, although he used the right side just a little while ago. Once again, tries to look for shuttles coming in, but He gives away the fact that his Valkyries are on the right side. So 458 buys himself a little bit of time, waits a little bit longer before he goes in for the drop, but Rabbit immediately responds, nothing unloads. Oh, Templar managed to unload storms on the tank. Got something done, but not what he wanted. Valkyrie still flying back and forth, more tanks being loaded up on the hill. And Rabbit still below 180 supply. He's continuously losing units. 458 is just really fast. Every single time units are being put up on the hill, he puts his own units up on the hill as well to take down those tanks and try to break through. But so far, Rabbit's defense has been really well executed. He's doing everything that he needs. He's not doing... well, he's doing quite a lot of stuff at the same time here. He's playing quite fast as well. For Rabbit's average, he's playing pretty fast here as well. So yes, trying to break through, but once again, tanks up on the hill has to be taken care of first. Breaks through. Zealots are stuck up on the hill. The Zealots stuck there up on the hill might hurt his ability to break through. It's 6 Zealots, might not sound or look like a lot, but those 6 Zealots might just be the difference maker in breaking through his entire mass. But now that he's on level maxed out arm mech upgrades, or very close to maxed out mech upgrades, I don't think 458 is going to be able to break through anymore. All he has to do though is land one great shuttle drop, but he's flying over the right side of the map, and there's a barrack, and another engineering bay there on the right side, providing Rabbit with vision, and Rabbit has decided to move out because he's on maxed out supply. He's feeling comfortable, he's feeling strong with maxed out upgrades, but now Mass Stack there comes in from 458, goes in, starts loading units on top of the tanks, but the Goliaths take down the shoulder for all the units unload. He does break down and just tear down most of the units in the front, but is forced to retreat once again into the middle and regroup his mass. But the drop there comes in from the right side as well. No Valkyries are there in the back, all the Valkyries on the left side of the base. This might just be the nail in the coffin. This might just be it. Starts to unload. His Templar starts to storm. Kills about 20 SCVs there. That's a pretty big hit for someone who's on only 2,000 minerals and is constantly forced to rebuild his entire mass time and time again. He's 162 supply now. 4V is quickly remassing. His units are still being rallied into the tank fire though. He's gonna have to change all his rally points as fast as he can. He's balling up his mass, and Rabbit is for once not rebuilding his SCVs. He is completely comfortable with having lost some SCVs because now he can build a bigger tank mass, and a bigger tank mass might just be what he needs to secure himself the win. Slowly inching over the map towards 458's base, and 458 is now looking rather weak. He had a pretty good thing going on there with the constant drop and attack pressure, which is something most players, they just die to it, because dealing with non-stop drops and non-stop frontal attacks is a pretty difficult thing to juggle in terms of attention and multitask. It's pretty difficult to defend, as you have to rebuild stuff left and right non-stop, while also controlling units in the front. Starts to unload Zealots on top of the tanks, but the tanks are unsieging, so they're no longer shooting on each other, and he just moves into 458's base, who's still scrambling to recover and scrambling to rebuild his entire Dragoon and Zealot mass. He has a couple of units inside shuttles ready to go out and attack, but there's still Valkyries there hanging on the left side of the base. That's exactly the side he's going to fly in over. But I also do think that there's no saving this anymore. Unless he hits some great Templar Storms there on the entire tank mass, this tank mass is going to obliterate 458. So one last shuttle drop there, going to come in from the left side there, fly straight into the turrets and into the Valkyries. There's no Corsair to assist, and all the Valkyries take down the shuttles without issue whatsoever. And 458 knows the game is over, calls GG. Under 23 minutes and 19 seconds, Rabbit is our winner. And he made it look, I don't want to say easy. He did struggle a little bit with some little things, but he mostly made no mistakes. He made no mistakes whatsoever. And that's what I meant when I said that Rabbit knows exactly what to do at the start of the game. He knows exactly what to do to succeed. It's not flashy, it's not super impressive, although, in my opinion, this game was rather well impressively played. He did exactly what he had to do. And to me, doing exactly what you have to do is more impressive than trying to do very flashy and impressive micro tricks and micro movements and whatever you can do. As long as you play very solid play smart, do exactly what you have to do when you have to do it, you will succeed. Even against players like 458, who, as it turns out, wasn't washed up against Rabbit's great game plan and restraint. He didn't do too much when he had to do exactly what he had to do. And he did exactly that. Exactly what he had to do. So that's it for today. Only a single replay. And that's because the replays in this series, this is a series by the way, I didn't mention it because I'm only doing a single replay. I'm not going to call it a series. The replays in this series are all very long, and this was one of the shortest replays, and to be honest, I wasn't really feeling my voice today, so didn't want to make a video that's too long. Just 23 minutes and 19 seconds should do. I hope you're satisfied. Ooh, actually, never noticed the boosters on the back of the Valkyries look exactly like this. It's like pretty cool looking, to be honest. Like 6 in total. A little bit sidetracked there, but honestly, Valkyries look pretty good. Valkyries look pretty good. So yeah, that's the game for today. I suck at ending videos, so I'm just gonna end it without saying much else. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep dragging on and on and on. And on and on and on. And that's not quite what we want.